Hiya, how you doing? Today we're going to look at the count function in SQL Server. We're going to have a look at what a function is and what it isn't, and we're going to run through exactly how to use it. Now, it's worth knowing all this is used in AdventureWorks 2019. I'll provide a link to it up here where you can grab it, install it. It's all free of charge, and I'll explain how to do that, and hopefully it will help you out. Now, if you've got any questions on functions or any other part of SQL Server, let me know below in the comments and I'll make a little tutorial on it for you. And if you like it, like the video and subscribe for me. Hope you enjoy it. So firstly, what is a function? Now, a function is a set of SQL statements or a set of code that's going to perform a specific task. Now, that task might be adding, subtracting, or converting. So, for example, you may have a function that converts US time into UK time. You might have a function that converts kilograms into grams. So you would have that function and you'd pass in 1 for 1 kilogram and it would return 1,000 for you. So if you've got any like reusable code where you might need to do that again and again, it's worth turning that into a function to make your code more simplified and your coding a lot easier. Now, it's worth remembering that function is only going to give you an answer or return a result. It can't insert or update or process anything. But in this case, with the count function, it's just going to count the number of rows or the results that we're asking it to count. So let's see how we do that. So here we've got human resources employee table. We're going to return all these, and you can see down here in the right hand corner 290 rows. Got all those, and we're going to look at, we can just count the results. So we'd take away the star, we'd throw a count in there. This would be our count function, and it would just give us 290. So what we're doing there, this star is saying, can you just count everything for us? How many results are there? So it's 290. Now, what I might do, I could change that, and if you look at the organisational node column, I might say, so I could, let's do job title first. So I could say, can you count the job titles for me? There's 290 of those. There's a job title in every single result. But if I did organisational node, it's going to be 289, because in this case, the result is null. There isn't anything there. So the result is 289. Now you could do the same with any other column. If there's any nulls, it excludes that result. So let's look at grouping and counting. So first off, we're just going to look at the job title. Let's exclude this group for a second. We can order it. And we can see got 2 accountants, 1 accounts manager, 2 accounts payable specialists. We've got 3 accounts receivable specialists, and so on. Lots of production supervisors. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to group that by job title, so we can see how group by works if you don't know already. Down here it's going to give us 67 rows. So where we did have 2 accountants, it's grouped that together and just showing us 1 result per job title. So there'll be no duplicates in there. Now what we can do then, we can then say we're going to count how many of each job title there are. So let's do that. And we can see, as we saw earlier, 2 accountants, 1 accounts manager, 2 accounts payable specialists, 3 accounts receivable specialists, and so on. And once we've got that, we can order that if we want to. We can order it by the lowest or the highest. And that gives us a nice clear view of how many job titles there are for each employee. Now let's add a further column. Let's have a look at the hire date column. So go back up here. And we can see the hire date hasn't got any time. This is giving us 14th of the 1st, 2009 and 2008. Now what we can do is we can use this function here to just give us the year that we want. So in the first column, it's just going to give us the year. As you can see here, it should all match up. To take that one step further, we can add job title into it, and we can say, well, what year were they hired? Because it's giving us the hire date of that person and their job title. And as always, we need to group by whatever we are counting. So let's run that. We're going to order by job title. It's going to give us a count of the number of occurrences here, and we'll count that. So we know for an accountant, they're both hired in 2009. But we have got the accounts receivable specialist. One of them was hired in 2008. Two of them are hired in 2009. So we can split them up even further. So that's worth remembering when we're doing a number of functions, but in this case the count function, that we need to group by whatever it is we are counting. So if I took this out, it would fail, as you can see with the error. We take that comma out. It's invalid because it's an aggregate function that's not in the group by clause. So I hope that clears up a nice simple count function that you'll come across hundreds of thousands of times on your SQL journey. Thanks very much.